Hey guys, Angus and Spotted Hog Airsoft here today with another Airsoft video. Now recently I did a review of this gun right here. This is the APEX M4 RIS Airsoft AEG. And of course that was just a review. Sure, we went out, took a couple shots at a target, chronoed the AEG, but we didn't get a real look at the AEG's performance. However, recently I took this airsoft gun out to the skirmish at Picasso Lake Paintball a couple weeks back and let it rip. Tested it out to see just how well it performed in the field, and today I've got kind of my performance report for you guys. Now I certainly was not disappointed by this AEG whatsoever. It is worth noting that on the day I ran an 11.1 volt Raptors Airsoft LiPo battery to keep up with those LiPo ready internals that Apex claimed competed with KWA, which for the most part they did quite well. You'll find it a little bit of an issue later on in the video. And also, as far as the BBs I was running, I recently received these from Pressed Ball USA. These are new laser dot high precision airsoft BBs, 0.25 grams. I shot them through the AEG, pretty flawless, really no GMs whatsoever, and they worked out pretty well. There's a link down to this company's site if you're interested in seeing some of their other BB products as well. It performed spectacularly. The range and accuracy were perfect. I was able to get quite a few hits, bare hits by the way, just maybe somebody's brim of their hat sticking out, a couple hands outside the side of the cover, and I was able to hit them quite a few times. Overall, the distance I was operating at was probably 75 to 100 feet most of the day with this AEG, and since my other AEG broke down, this is the one I was stuck with, and it performed overall absolutely great. The 11.1 volt LiPo kept that high rate of fire going the entire time, and semi-auto, I didn't experience any lockups whatsoever. This gun was pretty much flawless as far as it went in the field, but of course, pretty much. Not all the way. There were a couple things I still found evident in its performance. Number one, keep in mind, of course, I was running that 11.1 volt LiPo all day. I noticed the pistol grip and the motor inside getting quite hot, visibly hot that I could feel throughout the day, even through one of my thicker gloves. So I certainly did notice that and listed that as something that was a little bit of an issue. Also, if you guys saw my review, we saw that con I mentioned in there, and that was the gun's stock. Like I said, if you pull back a little too far, it'll just fly off all the way, and that happened to me a couple times in game, so that was a little bit annoying to worry about inside that particular experience. So certainly something I didn't quite care for there, evident in the review and the performance itself, but otherwise as far as performance goes, like I said, just that issue with that motor getting quite hot in there. Otherwise, performance was spectacular. I utilized all these rails for full advantage, such as this foregrip light I have down there right now, and the magazine interchanging was absolutely fine. I did notice, however, with my ICS high caps, I had to hold it up a little way to get it to feed properly on full auto. Something, again, to take into account. Otherwise, though, the AEG performed absolutely flawlessly, and I was very happy to have the opportunity to test it out in a game. Performance-wise, this gun certainly did receive an A on my chart. Overall, the APEX M4 was an excellent airsoft weapon to take into the actual field, and I certainly would recommend it despite a few issues as far as motor hotness goes and the mag, having to hold upward. Otherwise, though, a solid AEG. Certainly performance-worthy.